Well, right now it's all about the chickens. It's 7:30 Saturday morning, and the chickens are enjoying their freedom. They're gonna have a good day today. Their first whole day outside, free. That's how they're gonna be every day from now on. I had them closed up tight at night, and I let them out in the morning, and they go to bed at night again. So until I get the electric fence up, that's how it's going to be. I just protect them at night. This guy here is friendly. He likes to come up and follow me around. I did the math, and building a tiny home, just the structure, no windows and doors, and using the cheap vinyl siding and metal roof on this frame would cost me $4,000 in lumber and the vinyl siding in the roof, not including insulation and interior work. $4,000 in lumber. That is insane. So I've been sitting around trying to figure out how I'm going to do this and how I'm ever going to afford to build a tiny home. I was looking online and reading the tiny home stories about people who use salvaged lumber and scrounged up stuff, and I thought about pallet wood, for example, as building materials. You'd need 2x4 framing, though. You need something for framing structure for support, but you could use pallets, newer pallets obviously, if you can get them. But then there's the nail holes and all that, and there's the work taking them apart. So I was really brainstorming a lot, trying to figure out how to do this. Now, I'll show you where I've been all day. It's 2 o'clock. I left home at 7 this morning, and I just got home. It's 2 p.m. Saturday. And let me show you some pretty cool things here, what's going on. Well, I'm going to take you for a walk here, leaving my meadow, the meadow where I live. There's my stone wall boundary and the property I rent in. And I'm going to show you something I talked about the other day that has now become a reality. Now, before anybody says anything or comments on anything, watch this video before you make comments, because the big picture is about to come into place here. Remember that tractor I was talking about off Craigslist? It's here. And so is the trailer. Now, I did some dealing here, and I managed to get the tractor and the trailer home. The tractor is not pretty, okay? It is not pretty. It's been sitting. The front rim is rusted through. The tires are shot. These are new on eBay, $100 for a pair. Not a big deal. I found one used on eBay that I can order with rims. So I'll probably get both together with rims for the front. I think it would cost me $60 used with tubes, tires, and rims on eBay. I won't have any money this month, but that's something that's got to be done. The guy says it ran 2 years ago, so it was driving 2 years ago. He saw it running, and it didn't smoke, he said. But I'm going to have to clean the spark plugs, clean the carburetor, and change a couple of wires, because the wires are dry rotted, and get a battery in there. I want to see if I can use a Bedini on that battery. So this is not going to, nothing's going to happen with this anytime soon, because I got to see if I can first restore that battery, and if not, it's $100 for a battery, so that isn't happening anytime soon. So I know people are going to ask me, is the tractor running yet? Is the tractor running? No, it's not going to be until I get that battery. But in the meantime, I am going to clean the carburetor, clean the plugs and the contacts, because they're dirty. They're rusty. The connections, what do you call it? The clips on the plugs are rusty. Change a couple wires, and also the radiator hoses are bad. That's something I saw straight from the start. They'll probably work to test the vehicle, so I won't change that until after I get it running, but they are bad. That's a given. Some of the wires up in here have no insulation left, so those will have to be changed, these guys here, before I do anything. And the ignition key is lost. I know the story about what happened and why the guy that owned this gave it up, but I'm not going to tell somebody else's personal story. Just know that the tractor supposedly was running and he was going to restore it himself, but he ended up giving it up. Everything moves, everything shifts, everything flows, everything's free. The engine, I can turn it by hand. The steering works, everything works. The bad news, it needs tires in a bad way. That's no good. No good at all. The other one is worse. That's not going anywhere anytime soon, so I'm going to have to get tires. That's really bad. But I found anywhere from 100 used to 300 new, all the way on up to 1,200. Forget that. But there are tires out here in the property, so I'm going to look around. I might be able to find some tires that fit this. So I'm going to look around and see if I can scrounge something up for that. Tubes are not a big deal. Actually, this is a Ford 9N, and I can the parts for this tractor are insanely cheap. I can rebuild the whole engine, internals. I can get cylinder sleeves, rings, wrist pins, bushings, bearings, main bearings, gaskets, everything, top to bottom, for internal parts, for $200 off eBay for this tractor. Not saying I'm going to do that anytime soon, but I want to get it running first, and maybe in a year or two restore that engine fully. $200 for a brand new engine is nothing. And the parts, all the parts, I think the steering wheel, which is dry rotted, is $26 on eBay. This is cheap. Like I said, $100 for 2 tires and tubes, that's good. This tractor is so common and popular, so I think I'll be able to get it going. The only thing stopping me right now is the battery. That's the only thing going to delay me. Now, I got a neat little toy in the deal. Now, the deal gets better and better. Just hear me out and listen to this video before you guys make comments, because everything gets better as I go. This came in the package, okay? This was sitting on the guy's property. Nice little go-kart with a roll cage. It needs a tube on this side. Well, it might not even need a tube. It might just hold air. I'll check that out. But this tire's flat. The others are holding up. Clutch is good. Everything's good except the puller is the spring inside the puller is broke, and it needs a new pull handle. And this is how it was. It was sitting out there in the forest like that. So I can probably, I mean, it was just like that. Boy, the broken puller there. I can probably get that going. Now, the only thing wrong physically is the throttle cable isn't sliding. So I'll have to have a look at that. But there's a little bit of fun for later on this summer. Little go-kart. Nice little thing. Now, the trailer. The trailer was sitting there in the guy's yard, and I'm trying to figure out how the heck am I going to get this tractor home. I have no idea how I'm going to get this tractor home, because his friend who was supposed to help bailed on me, or on him I should say. He went on vacation and wasn't available, so he said, well, take the trailer. So now the guy who helped me get this is a neighbor, a friend of a neighbor, and helped me get this. And while we were driving down the road, he wanted the trailer, and I happened to stop off at his house and happened to be looking around his place and noticed he has homemade lumber. He makes lumber himself. He's got a sawmill, and he wants my trailer. I need wood, so this trailer is being traded for all the lumber needed to make my tiny home. Now how's that for a nice deal? So the trailer is already out of my hands already, and I just got it home. It's a hefty trailer. It's a 3,125 pound trailer, empty. It's rugged. It's I-beams, steel I-beams all the way across. I-beams across, I-beams this way. It's over 3,000 pounds empty. And it's already traded for all the lumber that I can need for my tiny home. We've done a deal. And that is the way things should go. Wheeling and dealing and trading and bartering. That is the life. That's what the off-grid project is also partly about. In the beginning it became about learning to get off the grid and teaching people, and it has advanced to become about bartering and dealing and trading with people for what you need. So there sits all the lumber I need to make my home, and that is, I think, so fitting for a tiny home, because most people with a tiny home, they barter and trade and haggle and get stuff that they need to build their home rather than paying top dollar. So that's really cool. Really cool. So I'm probably going to pull this battery and take it up to the house and see if I can get it on the Bedini and see if I can restore it, hopefully. If not, then the tractor will sit a while until I can afford a battery. But other than that, I think I could have this running within a day. Running, not driving. Running. Because I still got to get wheels. But that's the beginning. That's the beginning. It's old. But these old tractors, they keep on going and going and going and going, and the parts are next to nothing. And they're readily available. I can go into Tractor Supply and buy parts for this. Pretty cool. They have a carburetor on the shelf, brand new. So the parts are available. Anyway, I hope people are happy for me. I certainly am. And the tiny home construction will soon begin. He's going to start cutting lumber. How cool is that? Well, the miracle of life. Let me show you what I've got going on here now. It's an oven in here. It's like 90 degrees, I think. Now look here. A little bit of growth. Just starting to poke through. I got, what do I got? 3 here, 4. And then on this one here, I got some tiny little babies poking through. A couple little guys here poking through. Starting to grow. Took a while. I think it's been, what, a week and a half or over a week? Not exactly sure what day I did that. There's nothing here yet. What do we have here? Oh, here's something. Here's something poking through. They're starting. It's starting to come through. Oops. And I think there's nothing here yet. Oh, not yet. Put it in there for a minute. Gotta use 2 hands sometimes. Well, they're starting. Life is starting to grow in here. And it is warm in there. Very warm. Well, the problem with this mower doesn't matter at all now. Although it's a beast of a machine, it sits up high and it's a big, big machine. None of that matters right now because this just got dropped off for free. It's just a one-to-one free trade out with that one. This has got a mower deck, 38-inch cut deck. Looks to be intact and complete. It has set for a couple years, so the gas has turned to varnish. Tires were flat, but I put some air in it with this little compressor thing, and it seems to be holding. I'm going to keep my eye on that. Front tire needs some air as well, but I'll keep my eye on that. But it seems to be okay so far. It's going to need a gas tank clean out and a carb cleaning. Most likely carb clean out. I'll have a look at it. Actually, I'm going to disconnect the gas tank, drop some gas in the carburetor and see if it'll fire. But the battery, he took the battery out. He wanted to keep that. So I'll have to take my other battery and put it here. Now, this is complete. It's a lawnmower. Alright? It's a whole lawnmower. I can mow. I can cut the grass. Remember the other day I had help getting the grass cut. Oh, it's got a trailer hitch with a ball, and it's got some hookups for farm implements, and the framing on the front also is designed. It's got some rugged plating and some, I think it was set up for a plow or something. Anyway, it's even got a horn. I need to put a battery in it and clean the carb. Actually, I'm going to do that now because I just want to see if I can get that going quickly, put some gas in and see what happens. So I'm going to put my battery in, put my jump starter on it and see if it'll turn over. But it does have a leak on a bottom main oil seal, which isn't really a big deal. These engines are a dime a dozen. I can get them for free anywhere. Actually, I know where there's one in the property here. But the seal itself is no big deal to swap out. I've done that before. He said it is leaking. He was honest about it. But it's a complete tractor. So I think traded up a little bit. Although the engine is smaller, that actually means a bit more fuel efficiency. So I'll see what I can do. And I'll show you something else. Might as well keep the camera rolling. Because the health inspector's coming out here soon, I've got to get all of this out of here, which I said the other day. So I had a friend come over. I've never downed a tree in my life, and I'm not about to attempt it on my own. Not a big tree. So I had a guy come over, and we're clearing some space for my storage tent. We are going to, I'm taking down the trees that are potentially harmful that could drop, like here. Here's precisely why I wanted this down. Dead branch, dead branch, dead branch. This was right above where my tent's going to be, right here. And I did not want that dropping branches on my tent. So that is going to be here. Another one. Dead branch, dead branch, dead branches all over. There's dead branch. This was trouble, and I didn't want that there. This guy, same issue. He was right there where the tents was going to be. I don't want that stress. So there's going to be this nice cleared out area for my garden tent and garden tractors right behind the mulching area and the chickens. So I'll be able to start clearing out all that stuff up there. I want all that gone before they show up. And that's why everything's really pushed forward on cleaning this place up. Fast forward on cleaning this thing up. So again, thanks guys for putting a fire under my butt, getting me moving. Turning me in has got me working like never before in my life. Well, I won't say that exactly. The Army was pretty hard work, but I'm saying I'm putting some time into this project. Now I got to get out my chainsaw and cut this stuff up. Clear the space. Hopefully by Monday I can move my tent and start emptying out this dilapidated old camper. That's going to be my home. Eventually, that'll be a house on wheels. A full, insulated, proper house on wheels. Okay, I've removed the fuel line and let that hang. I've got the fuel filter off, or the air filter off. I've got the gas can open, and I have dropped in my battery, which is actually mostly dead, so I've got a jump starter here. Let me see. Oh, it's already down to 50%. I just charged that thing. These are garbage. Don't buy one. So, let me see. Depress, clutch. I just want to see if it'll turn. That's not a good thing. Yes, okay, it turns. That's all I wanted to see. I'm going to put some gas in there and see if it'll sputter. And if it does, then it's worth cleaning. I put a bit of premix in there. I'm just going to set this on the ground. You're not going to see a lot. I'm going to see if it'll sputter. Just put some premix in there so because it's got oil mixed in. That's important. a battery. What? Okay, that's bad. It stays started. The start switch stays engaged. Okay. Starter stays engaged, that's a bad thing. But sputters, it wants to run. Now, as I said, I know it's going to need some oil. It is dripping sludge down here. I mean, I know it's going to need a, what am I trying to say? A seal, because it's sputtering, blowing oil out the bottom. But if I get it running, then it might be worth putting a seal into it. Now we'll see. It's a solid machine, there's no rust. So I'm trading for a solid non-rusty machine, and that's definitely a bonus. Well, I'll play with it a few minutes and see what happens. Okay, I think you can see the dripping. No point in messing with this one for now. The bottom seal is shot. You can see oil. I put some more oil in just to be safe. There you can see it running out. I've never seen a seal that bad before. So that one won't be running until I get a seal for that. But other than that, I think it wants to run. I just got to make sure I don't mess up my driveway here. I didn't realize it was that bad. Of course, he didn't either. That is really bad. That is really bad. So anyway, got to make up my mind if I want to do this trade now or not. I'll talk to the guy and see. I'll look online and see what a seal costs. Shouldn't be much. Actually, it's a simple machine to work on. So anyway, I'll give it some thought. Well, good trade or not a good trade? If I do the trade, I get a mower deck. A good mower deck. There's no rust on any of the machine. The other machine is really rusty, but it needs a seal, which is not really a big deal. You pull off 4 bolts, disconnect the wires, pull off 4 bolts from the frame, and pop that thing upside down. You can pop off the bottom oil pan. Oh yeah, you got to pull the pulley off, which is well lubricated, by the way. And pop off that oil pan, take out the seal and put in a new and put it back together. Seems like it'll run otherwise. I've never seen a seal that bad. That is surprising. Never seen such a thing. Well, tell me what you think, guys. Good mower deck, good non-rusty machine, but needs a seal. Now I'll think about it. Well, for starters on a tractor, I've lubed up everything that needs to be lubed. That was stiff. Now it just swings nice and easy. I've lubed all that up. That's simple basic stuff. I've lubed all bolts that I might have to work with in the future. I've lubed up the clamps on the water hose, the radiator hose. I've lubed up the fuel bowl and everything. That's going to soak a little bit. I've lubed up all the nuts and bolts and things. I've lubed up the carburetor, the throttle, and the choke, which actually operates smoothly. I've even lubed up the main wire on the starter because it is dry rotted and the wire is exposed inside, so that'll have to be replaced. Fortunately, I have the perfect piece for that. Not a big deal there. Lubing up everything that I can think of that might have to be adjusted, moved, replaced, or changed. So this especially needs some love in there. That's tight. That'll have to be worked on until that loosens up. So I'll just keep lubing that up and let it soak and free itself up. Anyway, that's all I'm doing for now on here. I took the battery out and I am going to put that in the Bedini and see if I can restore it, and if not, I'll have to wait till next month to get a battery, and this will sit there. but I'm really hoping I can get this running sooner. If I can get a battery, I believe I can get this thing started. I'm pretty sure of it. It's all just basic stuff besides that. Clean the carb and check for spark. I can't even check for spark without a battery. So I'm going to put that on the Bedini charger tonight. See if I can restore that thing. Most of this is standing dead wood. Some of you guys should hopefully be proud of me finally. Just piling up the smaller pieces here. Now over here I've got quite a brush pile starting up. I've been zipping it off with a sawzall and putting a brush over here. That's going to go through the mulcher. Now I've chopped up some of these logs. I've still got some more. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees right here to take care of still. Well, pieces of some. I've been hacking off the branches off this big one and cut off the tip and stuff. I still got to chop it up into parts all the way along. That's a big one, and I jammed my saw in that right here. So I'm going to wait until my friend's back the next day or so. And this one here I'm not going to mess with until he's here. I'm not going to try to mess with that until he's here. That's one that he said we need to come along to do that properly. Now I've got here some more trees that were dead, like this. This was just sitting there dead, waiting to come down one day. That was trouble waiting to happen. That is firewood. Same here. Dead. Big, big tall tree. Trouble waiting to happen, just laying there. That is a big tree. That had to go. So, and then there's all these little pieces. This one right here, just a piece of a dead tree. There's another one. There's another dead one, just sitting there. There's a lot of there, see? I'm just cleaning out the dead wood here. It's going to come down anyway. Before I bring my tent out. No way am I bringing my storage tent out here with all this dead wood. And there's a couple more in here I still got to get. I can't believe how much dead standing wood there is here. Actually, these, I don't know if I want to sieve them or not. The tips are gone on both of these, but they're still... Nah, they're not looking good. They're coming down. Well, I want to leave some in here for shade and to conceal my tents. That one's dead. That one's just sitting there waiting to come down. It's dead all the way through. That's a lot. There's another one I thought over here somewhere. Somewhere there's another dead standing tree. Oh, over here. I mean, these are obviously dead standing trees. See, there's no bark on that. That's got to come down. There's nothing left on that. It's just dead. This whole one right here. That's got to go. So I'm going to have a lot of firewood for next year. A lot of people should be happy seeing me do this. Again, everything I do has dual purpose. I need to clear this out for my tent so it doesn't hurt my tent, and I'm going to have firewood for next year. I got my solar panel plugged back in here to the back of the truck, and I've got my Bedini going because I'm restoring, well, working on the 6-volt tractor battery. That's going to take a long time. It was down to 0.40 volts. So it may not be restorable. It might be garbage. If it gets frozen and the plates get warped and ruined, then it's junk. Anyway though, the charge controller is showing a charge still. So this little solar panel is pretty good in well, with no sun. Anyway, I'll let this run for a few days. It won't hurt a thing to just let this sit here and run. And see what will happen with that. But put some of that solar power to use out here finally. Leave this here. I got an outdoor charging station, and it cannot bother me because the reason I haven't been using it inside the RV is because it would drive me insane at night.